for this week's Inside the Huddle on the Sachem Report. I'm Chris Vaccaro, this is Dave Falco. We're in the batting cage area here at Sachem North, formerly known as a bomb shelter when the high school first opened back in the 60s. Big week we're coming off of, week 4 in Suffolk County. Sachem East played Sachem North. Sachem North comes away with the victory, 21-14. Emotional week, a lot of drama. Even though it's supposed to be a regular game for both teams, it turns out to be a little bit more than that. Talk about the mindset going in and eventually the victory.
You know, hard-fought contest that we knew we were going to have going in. We didn't know at the time that Trent wasn't going to be able to play, which made it even more difficult for us. But a well-coached game on both sides. I thought their plan was excellent, against us. I thought they have some real good-looking kids. They had a good plan. So, listen, hard-fought game. We'll take the win and keep moving. I thought we came out pretty healthy, so we're excited about what happened. Going into the game, we tried to downplay the rivalry with our kids and really just focus on the fundamentals. We're still a young team, a work in progress. So we're trying to get better every week. So I think that's what our focus was going in. Anytime you can get a win against a quality opponent, that was a 2 seed versus a 3. We anticipated a 4-quarter game, so we were happy that we got away with the win.
What are you thinking when Trent Crossing goes down? He definitely looked a little hobbled there on the first couple of plays. A little nerve-wracking for you?
No, it was something that we had planned for. I did not like the way Trent had looked during the week. So something the staff had talked about, and Michael D was ready to go. So it wasn't that nerve-wracking. We had a plan, a bunch of plays that we knew that he could run and be successful with. So something that we had planned for, and when it came to time to go, he was ready.
So O'Donnell comes in, pretty effective. A 50-yard touchdown pass to Kevin Brigaglia, a couple other completions. Good to see North opening up the pass game?
No, it's something that we had talked about doing with Trent. I think Trent was moving along with the pass game. It's funny, a couple of plays that Trent did run, he overthrew Brigaglia, going down the middle wide open on the first series. But to see Mike come in and be able to run the plays that we had assigned for him and the ones we practiced since passing league in the summer, it's good to see us, be able to throw the ball when teams load up the box. Is something that we have to do.
Sachem North with a couple of big stands, defensive stands on 4th down in the first half, where East could have really changed the pace of the game. But there was a couple of plays in the red zone for them that you dictated and were able to stop, especially one where Stephen Casale tried to go for a 4th and 1 play, and you stopped him at the line.
Yeah, I think the 4th and 1 to Casale was big. I think the O'Donnell tip pass down on the south end zone was real big. Anytime you play in a big ball game, there's a few plays that stick out in your mind, and if they went the other way, the game could have gone the other way. And I think those 4th down plays could definitely be looked at as those plays.
Talking about them offensively, obviously they have Stephen Casale. You knew that. You have to try and defend the run. And they also have Brian Losama, who has quickly become one of the best receivers in the county, hands down. How do you try and balance that defensive play where they can pass or throw and run at any given time?
I think it was obvious that we had determined that we needed to stop the run first, which I think we did a good job with. I think we held them to under 100 yards, somewhere in the 80s. So I think that's a good job against a real quality back. And that opens up the pass, so we knew that was definitely a factor. We wanted to try to keep it in front of us. He had 7, 8, 9 catches. He was a quality player, good quarterback that had real good protection. So sometimes you have to give something up to get something, and in that situation we decided the run was more important. I think late in the game the league got tired. Their receivers coming in, not playing defense, and our guys going from offense to defense, special teams. So I think late in the game he got tired, but you got to give them credit. They made a lot of plays. They kept themselves in the game, and it turned out to be a great game.
Malik, tired as he may be, big 68-yard touchdown run to really cap the game. There was still plenty of time left for either team to score, but that touchdown sealed it eventually.
13-7, and them having just gone down the field and scored pretty easily. For us to respond and for him to respond that way, big-time players in big-time spots, we talk about that all the time. He's become that. He's only a junior, so he's got a lot of upside, but he's definitely tired there at the end of the game, and for him to be able to pull away and score the touchdown there is a huge part of the game for us.
So that brings us to week 5. Northport, you have on the schedule at Northport, grass field. It may have been less of a challenge, even though they're a good team, until you saw that they beat Bayshore. And we know what Bayshore is capable of doing. So for them to stop them and also put up 40-something points has you scrambling a little bit, wondering how do you defend their offense, and what are you supposed to do on Saturday?
I think as the season goes on, teams start to evolve. They start to find out what they're good at. They eliminate stuff they're not good at. The coaches get a real good feel for what they can and cannot do. Without spring practice, a lot of the scrimmage in the first couple of games are kind of feeling out processes for the staff to know what you're at. I think Northport has found what they're good at, and that's what they're running. They throw the ball, they run the ball, they have a wing team. Got a real good fullback, they got a real good tailback, a good quarterback and receiver. So that's a lot of stuff to handle in that style of offense, the wing team. So we have our work cut out for us. I think we're getting better at aspects of the game. I still think we have some work to do in some parts as well. So it's a continuing process for us, and we're going to try to get the win and try to get better every week.
All right, well, you'll have full coverage of that game, as well as Sachem's Friday night game right here on the Sachem Report. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Sachem Report. For Dave Falco, I'm Chris Vaccaro. And remember, Sachem, stay classy,